Hello everybody, we're back again with some more emotion works and we're going to talk again about the orange cog and emotion words. So we're still looking at the story that we read, which was The Day the Crayons Quit, but today we're going to have a look closer at two crayons in particular, the orange crayon and the yellow crayon. Can you remember what happened in the story between the orange crayon and the yellow crayon? Have a little think now. Yep, that's right. The orange crayon and the yellow crayon had an argument about who would be best to colour in the sun. So before we talk about the orange and the yellow crayon further, let's think about how we were successful last time. So last time we recognised the crayon's emotions, we gave them emotion words. We could recall what happened in the story, so you told me something about the crayon which told me that you knew what happened in the story, and you could describe why the crayons felt that emotion. So well done for all of your great pieces of work. I loved looking at them, and especially to those who were recording themselves. Well done. It's really difficult to record yourself, so it showed lots and lots of good confidence, so well done for that. So today we're going to do all of what we did last time, okay, so we need to remember everything that we did last time and how we were successful last time and use that to have a closer look at some particular characters. So we are trying to identify the emotions of the orange and the yellow crayon and act out these emotions through role play. So we're going to do some drama today. So I look forward to seeing all of your little videos once we get to the end of this presentation. So in order to find out what kind of emotions the yellow crayon is feeling, we need to have a look at the words that he's written and see if we can figure out what emotion words come through that. So let's have a read of it. Now remember, when you're reading it, you need to think of an accent for him because all characters have different accents, and that'll help you for your drama at the end of the task too. Dear Duncan, yellow crayon here. I need to tell orange crayon that I am the colour of the sun. I would tell him, but we are no longer speaking, and I can prove I am the colour of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to colour the sun in your Happy Farm colouring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brilliantly on a field of yellow corn. Your pal, and the true colour of the sun, yellow crayon. So, you need to think of a different accent as well, okay? So you can do a squeaky one, a low voice. It's up to you. Now, we've read that, so let's have a think about what emotions might come from that. Now, you can see that he is feeling quite defiant, isn't he? He's quite strong in the fact that he is the colour of the sun. But do you think he's very happy about what's going on between him and Mr. Orange? Nope, he's not very happy, okay? So you could maybe say that he was maybe a bit frustrated. I think that'll come across with both of them. So let's have a think about some different emotion words that you would feel if you were the yellow crayon and how you think he's feeling right now. So have a little bit of a think. So you can pause this now to have a bit of a think and write down some of your emotion words. Or you can tell somebody if you're next to them. So now let's hear from the orange crayon and see if we can decide what emotion words fit with him.
Dear Duncan, I see yellow crayon already talk to you, the big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the colour of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know I am clearly the colour of the sun because on Thursday you used me to colour the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo colouring book. Orange, you glad I'm here? Ha! Your pal, and the real colour of the sun, orange crayon.
So now you need to think about what accent you'll do to read it out loud, because I'd like to hear you read it out loud as well. And I would also like you to think about the emotion words that come along with the orange crayon. Do you have any emotion words for him? They'll be quite similar to the yellow one because he's also quite frustrated. So have a think about the different emotion words you might have for him, and you can write them down or you can tell somebody that you're with. Sometimes we can show emotions by using our body language. So sometimes we don't even have to speak. It's just the way that we look or the way that we are that shows people what emotions we're feeling. Now, if you have a look at the crayons here, you'll see they have different emotions. Their emotions on the left are when they are quite animated and happy because they're telling their point and they're trying to prove that they are the best colour for the sun. And then you can see their other faces on the right, and that's when they are listening to the other crayon tell their story and tell their letter. So have a look now and think of the differences in emotion depending on what's going on around them and how you can tell it from you looking at their body language. So you can tell somebody now, or you can write it down, or you can tell me at the end. So now that we've talked about the emotion words again, and we've thought about the emotion words using body language and using the sound of our voice, and by what we say to each other, I need you to do a little bit of drama for me. So find an orange sock, find a yellow sock. One of your sock is going to be the orange crayon and the other sock is going to be the yellow crayon. And it's your turn to act out how they would be talking to each other when they're arguing about who should be the colour of the sun. Now, if you don't have orange and yellow socks, don't worry about it. You can use socks with a little bit of orange in them and a little bit of yellow, or you can just draw the crayons, cut them out and use them like little puppets. That's absolutely fine as well. Once you finish that, you need to make sure that you have used different voices for the characters. You need to make sure that they are talking like they're using their emotions. So if they're angry, you need to use an angry voice. And if they're happy, because they've made friends again, you can use happy voices. Okay? Then, once you've finished all of that, you could try and act out how they could be friends again. How do they solve the problem? Who helps them? Does someone come and help them? Do they solve out between themselves? So this is where having two different voices for your characters will be very handy as you swap from one crayon to the other. So how can you show me your learning today? You can take a video of your puppets so that I can hear them talking to each other, so I can hear the argument and I can hear you using your emotional language and your emotion words. And you need to make sure that you use the emotional language so that I know that you know what emotions they're feeling, and a change in voice will help this. So using a different accent or will show which character you're talking about, but also a higher pitch, a lower pitch will also help too. And if you don't want to act out today, you can draw pictures or create a comic strip to show the argument between the two characters. I'm looking forward to seeing your videos, and I'll see you very soon.